Hi guys, welcome to another episode of my school diaries written by my mum. Okay, so here we go. Monday the 11th of February. Adam said there was a big snowdrift in the playground, but he said they weren't allowed outside because it was too cold. They had PE in the hall, musical movement, and he said Joanna put his tie and jumper back on. He also had to read to Joanna, but he couldn't remember what it was. Then I had to do a story. I said I watched the A-Team on Saturday. The A-Team. Tuesday, 12th of February. Adam went home with Lee. He didn't say much about school except they had a policeman talking to them about not going with strangers, and he brought home lots of pictures that he'd coloured in. Wednesday, the 13th of February. Saw Mrs. Haynes. She said Adam was getting on fine and his reading was excellent. Thursday, the 14th of February. Adam said he did PE today, musical movement. He did maths, which he said was good. Friday, the 15th of February. Blurted out just as soon as he saw me at the school gate that they had been watching films, Popeye, and he'd forgotten the others. Had maths this morning and I did some more work in my Egypt book. Then we broke for half term. Monday the 25th of February. Had to read to Mrs. Haynes today but had forgotten what it was. Had musical movement in the hall, did some maths. There were 3 people away today, Lee, Stephen and Simon. Nearly all the teachers were away ill also, so relief teachers came in, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Churcher and Mrs. Lodge. Tuesday the 26th. Lee gave Adam one of his cars and that was all Adam wanted to play with when he got home. That was nice of Lee. Wednesday the 27th. Gerald was here when Adam came home from school, and as soon as he got in he was looking for the sweets that Gerald normally brings him, Smarties. David and Matthew came to play as well. Thursday 28th. Did PE in the hall. We had the apparatus out. Wow. Friday the 1st of March. Did my maths and handwriting. We had a different teacher today. Her name was Mrs. Herbert. That's a funny name for a lady, isn't it, Mum? He was quite quick to tell and show me the little cardboard box he was given by Mrs. Haynes. He said it's for Ethiopia and we've got to fill it up with lots of money. Monday the 4th. Brought home a new reading book. It was much harder than any of the others. I asked Adam why he couldn't have brought it home before, and he said because I was on a certain level of reading, but now Mrs. Haynes has put me up to a higher level. Tuesday the 5th. Adam brought Paul home for tea, but Adam didn't seem to be himself later that night. He was sick. He didn't say very much about school. Mrs. Jackson had some jugs of water because the water was off. What, off as in horrible, or just was it turned off? Don't know. Wednesday 6th March. Did some sums for Mrs. Haynes. Did some pictures in the afternoon, a maths worksheet. Brought home a letter about various events. Thursday the 7th of March. Adam said he did maths today. Said that Mrs. Lodge was making chocolate crispies for break time. They will be 4p each. 4p. Friday the 8th of March. Adam said he'd forgotten what he did. Then he said he'd done his working read sheet, then played a game. As he hadn't been feeling very well, I think he was glad that there is no school for 3 days, as Monday is an occasional day. Tuesday, 12th of March. Adam. I don't think he was keen to go back to school. He didn't actually say, but he did say his tummy was still hurting, so I don't think he's quite himself yet. But thank goodness he's eating a bit better. When he came out of school, he said they'd had a policeman in class and gave them a talk on Green Cross Code. He said Mrs. Haynes wasn't there to play the piano in assembly today, so Helen played. Wednesday the 13th. Mrs. Churcher has got some puppets and they are raccoons with black bits round their eyes. I didn't get him to tell me anything else. Told me he needed a bright pair of pyjamas for the music festival. 14th of March. Did a story that said I get a book for Christmas. Said he'd eaten all his sandwiches and his cake and he had PE. Wow. Friday the 15th of March. When I asked Adam what he did today, he said, this morning we made something for Mother's Day. Then I had to read to Mrs. Lodge about the tortoise. Then I played with the Lego. I ate all my dinner today. This afternoon we went to the hall and practiced our play, Chang, for the music festival. In the playground we have got a new hopscotch that someone painted when we were off school on Monday. I watched Adam in the playground this morning. He was running with Joseph, Lee, Peter and William. He looked really happy. It pleased me to see him with colour in his cheeks at last. Monday the 18th. Had PE today with Mrs. Haynes. It was musical movement. We had Mrs. Lodge in the afternoon. Tuesday the 19th. Went home with Peter. Had chips, burger and sweet corn for tea, but he didn't eat the corn. Then had ice cream and chocolate sauce. Said nothing about school. Wednesday the 20th of March. Did some maths. Got 3 right and 3 wrong, but Mrs. True helped me to get them right. Did some pictures of beavers. Then I... God, I'll tell you what, if I drew a picture of a beaver now, or when I was at secondary school, I'd be a bit different, I think. I tidied up the Lego and put up my chair. Then the bell went. Big Richard banged my head on the wall, I told the dinner lady. When I asked him did he cry, he said yes. When I stopped crying, I played with I've forgotten. Sat next to Stephen at lunchtime. Thursday, 21st of March. Adam brought home a lovely picture of the... can't read that word. Billy Goat Gruffs. It was very good. He said they had watched words and pictures on TV and afterwards they were asked to draw a picture of the story they had heard. I asked him what he'd been doing. He didn't say a lot, only that Lee had cut his head and got a plaster on it. He didn't know that Richard had also cut his head and had to go home. Friday, 22nd of March. Mrs. Lodge told them that they can bring teddy bears to school next Thursday. Monday, 25th of March. Went to Perryfields to play part in Chang Music Festival. They're all very good. When we got back, we went straight into dinners. After dinner, I drew a picture of a dragon and then we all played with the Lego. Tuesday, 26th of March. Did the play Chang. Got ready for open evening. We all had to tidy up our corners. Our appointment was for 7:40. Wednesday the 27th. Did my reading worksheet, then tidied my drawer. Played with the Lego. Fireman came into our classroom. Because we said it a lot or what? I don't know. Richard came home for tea. Thursday the 28th of March. We did the play stroke musical of Chang in the hall for the mummies to watch. And Liz came to watch. That's my auntie. Friday 29th of March. Did some work in my Egypt book. He said I've forgotten what else we did. I think he was excited about the Easter holidays. So there we break for Easter holidays. Okay guys, I think I'll end that one there for today. I hope you enjoyed that one. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care guys. Bye.